I've spent most of my gaming career playing in the FPS genre, but the last few years they've been rough. I really soured on the state of the genre and just the garbage AAA games that have been releasing, and Battlefield 2042, the game I was most hyped for, turned out to be just the ultimate shit sandwich. But I've recently been spending more time in World War III, a free-to-play large-scale tactical FPS game that is nearing the end of its early access period. In one sentence, I would describe this game as a nice middle ground between a slower, more tactical game like Squad and a faster, more arcadey game like Battlefield 4. The flagship game mode in World War III is a large-scale 20 versus 20 mode called Tactical Ops. Tactical Ops is very similar to the classic Conquest modes, where you battle for control over points of interest on a large map. In Tactical Ops, your team earns points by controlling these points of interest. There are 2 zones to each sector. Controlling both provides your team with a link and bonus scoring, while on the battlefield, you can fight with a variety of assault rifles, DMRs, SMGs, heavy machine guns, or sniper rifles. If you're more of a heavy artillery type, you can control tanks of varying power or even take to the skies in choppers. You will find vehicle spawns around the map, or you can earn them as score streaks. Speaking of score streaks, they're called strikes in World War III and can take the form of bombing runs, UAVs, or the attack helicopters that we previously mentioned. All these explosive options mean death could come from almost any angle. Expect to die a lot when you first start the game. Where this game really shines to me is the more tactical infantry combat. It seems most games nowadays like to reduce or remove things like recoil and leaning to appeal to the most brain-dead levels of gamer, and this is not the case in World War III. Utilizing movement, leaning, and crouching is crucial to survival in World War III, and the developers have given you many options to reward smart and proper positioning. While running and gunning is definitely an option in this game, tactical play is definitely rewarded and required for continuous success. I think this game does a great job of providing realism while toning it down enough to still be fun and keep the game's pacing fast with regular action. Now, the first time I played this game, when it was in much earlier access, the thing that impressed me the most was the gunplay. Guns look amazing in first person, and I'll cover the extensive customization of them shortly, but what really impressed me was the gunplay. Guns have real recoil in World War III, which requires player skill to control. I've said forever that PUBG and Insurgency Sandstorm have the best gunplay in FPS gaming, and World War III is now a contender in that category. Shooting the weapons just feels amazing. Now, I mentioned customization, and World War III has a very robust weapon customization system. You can mix and match between optics, grips, magazines, compensators, or suppressors. All in all, there are 8 attachment slots, and you're allowed to choose 5 attachments on your weapon. While there will always be meta weapons and builds, this extreme level of customization can allow the same weapon to function in very different ways. Your classic M4 can be equipped with a compensator, grip, and red dot sight to be an all-range spray weapon, or you could equip it with a silencer, extended barrel, and scope, and utilize it as more of a long-range battle rifle. This extensive amount of customization options will bring just so much variety to the game, and it'll allow players to customize their weapons to their own particular play style. There's also an extreme amount of cosmetic customization you can apply to your weapons, from classic things like skins and emblems to altering the looks of the components of the weapons like the grips, the stocks, or the magazines. It's very Escape from Tarkov-esque how deeply you can dive into weapon customization. There is also a character customization system that rivals the Gunsmith in complexity and options. You can change almost every aspect of your soldier, from clothing like helmets and rigs down to face paint, gloves, and sunglasses. Customization is a very deep rabbit hole that you can dive into in World War III. While I plan on playing World War III extensively when it releases this spring, I do have some concerns about the game. For starters, there are only 4 maps in the game right now, which is just not enough to keep the game fresh. Being an indie free-to-play game, I also have concerns that the game will be overrun with hacking and cheating to an extreme degree, something that games like Escape from Tarkov or PUBG were just never able to control or solve. And lastly, the game's audio has improved dramatically since I first played it in very early access, but I would still consider the audio to be very weak. Guns and explosions lack bass, footsteps are sometimes audible, however, too often you're 5 feet away from an enemy with no audio cue. I've even had silent enemy tanks run over me without hearing them approach. I might be hearing impaired, but not that impaired. At the end of the day, World War III has potential, and we've been served nothing but hot garbage for the last few years. And I think this game has the potential to be something really special and fun, especially with friends. Like and subscribe, as I plan on integrating more World War III content into my channel.